Hello all, welcome to this session of Blender. In today's session, we are going to see how do we add animation to our object using Python script. So we all know that we can do basic transformations in the object like scaling, rotation, or moving the object at different coordinates using our timeline. We can do it using our keyboard as well as our mouse. But the same thing can also be done using our Python script. So today we will see how do we work with Python script and how do we work and sync that with the timeline so that we can see the animation of our object or moving of the object in the given plane. So now for that case, first thing we need to change the object. So we are not going to work with cube. We are going to make it as sphere. So first I need to delete this. So I will select this and delete the object. So for deleting the object, I will just press delete. Then I will say Shift A and I will go for UV sphere. So now you can see this sphere clearly. Now this sphere, if you've seen, it does not have a smooth texture. The texture of the sphere is rough. So when I want to make it smooth, I will right click on my mouse button and select Shade Smooth. So once I click on this Shade Smooth, you will see that the texture is very smooth. Now let us add some effect to the object so that the object looks realistic. So in that case, I will go to my material, I will add new. Now I will disable this use node, click on this base color and just make it to any color which you like. So here I've made it to blue. After that is done, let me give it a metallic effect. Yes, so you can see that the object looks like very much realistic like a ball. So once this is done, now I've made a sphere, I've given a smooth texture, I've given it the color. Now let me animate this object to move around the given space. Now for moving around in the given space, I have to first write down the script. Now to enable the script option, I will click on the scripting over here. So once I click on this scripting, you will see my whole UI has been changed. So this larger part is your scripting space. At your this is your 3D viewport it has been minimized. So we will maximize also because here, as I've told you before, that every part of Blender is expandable. So here I make it a little small like this. So I can see my view more clearly. Now, if you see down, this is the console which we have. This is called as Python console. And below that, it shows the result. Yes, this has been activated. Like for example, the last object which I had, action which I have done was to give it a metallic structure to my object sphere. So here, if you've seen BPY means Blender Python. So Blender Python.context object is selected. And I've made the material in material, I activated the material and then finally made it to metallic and the value I've given as 1. So whatever operations you will do, you will see the actions being seen over here. So once this is done, now if you've seen, we have the viewport, we have the scripting, we do not have timeline anywhere. So to add timeline, we will just click on this drop down menu over here and then select timeline. So now you can see your timeline much more clearly. If you want, you can expand this, you can reduce this. It's all on you about expanding and reducing part. So let's make it a little big. Yeah. Now when I want to add script, I will click on this new. So my new got activated. Now here I will write down the code which is there. I will just increase the size so the code is visible and understandable. Okay. Now let me explain the code. This is a very simple code where we have a sphere and we are trying to move the sphere in the given space. So now in this case, I will first import Blender Python. So I will say import BPY, that is Blender Python. Now I've given some positions to the sphere. So now if you've seen in every bracket, there are 3 values which are given. The 3 values corresponds to your X, Y and Z coordinate. So here I have 0, 0, 0, that means first 0 is X, second 0 is Y, third 0 is Z. Similarly 3, 1, 2, 3 is my X, 1 is my Y, 2 is my Z. So I have given some positions over here. Now my sphere, when it starts, it should have some starting position. So starting position I have given as 0, 0, 0. Now it will start as 0, 0, 0 and then again it will rotate at some coordinates and then finally it will come back to 0, 0, 0. So that is how the setting has been done. The object which is selected is called as sphere because if you've seen the name, by default the name is given as sphere. So whatever name you have got in your outliner over here, that same name has to be reflected over here. So since it is sphere, I have written sphere over here. Now my frame number will start from 0. So my playing will start from frame number 0. So for position, this is the for loop which you write in Python. So for positions in positions, I've set my frame to frame 0, and then it takes up the location of the position. So it will start from 0, 0, 0, and then it will move on to next. Now here I have added where I have to go. So location I have to set up, and index I have to make it to minus 1. So then my keyframes get inserted where. But for inserting the keyframe, I have to come to frame number over here. So now frame number starts from 0. Now when I say 0, my position will be 0, 0, 0. Now where to insert this next keyframe, that is 312. Now here I have written frame number plus equal to 50. That means after every 50 in the timeline, this 1 keyframe has to be inserted. So now 0, 0, 0 has been started at 0. So at 50 position, I'm going to get 312. Then again at 150, at 100 position, we are going to get 413. Then at 150 position, we are going to get 243. Similarly, after every plus 50 in the time frame, you will see all these objects, all these positions coming up. So this is how you write on the basic code, where I'm trying to translate my object from one coordinate place to another into my given graph space. So here you can see this red lining, green lining. Your green stands for y, your red stands for your x, and then you have your z plane vertically, that is your blue color. So here you can see your time frame clearly, which is there, x, y, and z. So now to start, now when I have to execute my Python script, I will say Alt P. So I will just here, I am there in my editing text over here. Either I will say Alt P or I will click on this button over here. This means to run your script. So you can see a shortcut which is written over there also, Alt P. So I will just run my script. See, moment I run my script, you will see at every 50 interval, my objects have been set, and finally my animation will start. So at 0, 0, 0, I have the position as this 0, 0, 0. At 50, I have the position as 312. At 100, I have position as 413. Similarly, we have different positions specified over here. So this is how my object keyframes are inserted. Now here, this is what works where your keyframe gets inserted. So if you see over here, I have object dot keyframe insert. So I'm inserting at every location where index is given as -1 and the object is given as sphere. So this is about the basic part. So let me just expand this now part and see how does my time frame work. So let me just run and see. I'll go at the starting position and run my object. See, as it goes in the timeline, it is going to the exact coordinates 312, then 413, then 243, and then finally it is coming back to the position which is there. So now when I want to run this and see how does it work in my camera mode, I will just go to click on my 3D space and just select my camera mode. Now if you can see in my camera mode, my object is over here. Now when I run it, let's see how does it work. You can see my object is going out of the camera mode. That means the object is disappearing at some point and then coming back over here. So now for that case, I want to fix my camera so that my object, when it moves around, it moves into the frame only. So now in that case, what I will do is, I have to go to my fly mode and try to fix my camera. So now for doing this, there are some settings which we need to do so that it fixes our frame clearly. So here I will go to edit. In edit, I will go to preferences. In preferences, I will go to key map. So when you go to key map, you will search over here as view navigation. So I will select here as view navigation. Now in view navigation, this has to be checked because I have to work with navigation. So this has to be checked. This is by default checked in most of the cases. Now the problem comes over here is with the shortcut which is there. So now here the shortcut will be shift and then the ascend mark which is there. So you will just select this part. So it says press a key. So you will just say shift F. That means to work with my fly mode, I am going to work with shift F. So I have changed my keyboard shortcut to shift F. So once this is done, this is one thing which we need to see. Then we have to come to our add-ons, and for 3D navigation, we just click this so that our 3D navigation gets selected. So these two are the things which we need to make sure that it has been selected so that we can work with fly mode. Once this is done, just close the thing. So now select your camera, so that by left click mouse, so that your camera is selected. Now I will just say Shift F. If you see, moment I say Shift F, I get some kind of screen in between. Now suppose if I want to zoom out so that my object remains in the given space, so I will just press S. S is for zoom out. If I just keep pressing S, it will go inside. Moment I left click, it will stop. So now it is out of the fly mode and it is in normal working mode. So there are 4 keyboard shortcuts which we are going to see. WASD. So let's see how does that work. So again I have to go to fly mode. I will say Shift F. Now when I press A, so while I am pressing A, it is moving right. When I am pressing D, it's moving left. When I press W, it's zooming in. When I press S, it's zooming out. So however you want to set your object, you can do it by working with your key. Once it is done, just press your left mouse button to stop it. So now here when I try to run my operation and see, you can see my object is there inside my frame only. It is not outside my frame. Yeah. Let me run it again and see it. Let me zoom in a more. So I will again say Shift F. I will press W to zoom in, D to go a little bit left, W to zoom in again, A to go a little bit, and then I will just say stop. Let me adjust it a little more. So let me just say D to go exactly at the center. I will say stop. Now let me run again and see. So fixing of your camera is very important to see the effect which you can see. So yes, finally if you can see, my object is moving in the camera mode, that too in a proper position over here. So this is how you fix your camera and you try to work with your timeline and your frame. Now this object can be rendered as normal rendering which we do, where we can go to our output properties. In output properties we can select our location where we want to save this object, and finally file format we select is FFmpeg. Once we select FFmpeg, encoding comes up. In encoding we can select MPEG-4, and then finally we can start rendering our object. So moment we start rendering, you will see that the object will be a final video, and that video will have the complete animation as per the selected positions which we have given. Thank you.